Homelessness doesn't just happen. A series of things had to go wrong in order for someone to end up without somewhere to live. And in 2020, throughout Arizona, it happened to more than 10,000 people. We wanted to know why and how. We found out the road to homelessness is different for everyone.
Tucked away in the concrete jungle of downtown Phoenix is a hidden community. Streets covered in nylon and polyester, tents spanning across several blocks.
The reality here is completely different than the general reality of the plant.
The reality here starts from 9th Ave to 13th Ave, between Jefferson and just south of Jackson. Nearly 1,100 unsheltered people, all with different stories. Their home is in the zone. For almost 4 years, Greg Depker has experienced chronic homelessness, and for close to the last 3 months, he's been sleeping in a tent, he says, by choice. I asked him about the dangers of living here.
About 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, 20 gunshots going off, which meant there were 2 different guns going at each other, with a nonprofit right over there serving us breakfast on Sunday. So welcome to your Sunday morning here.
Maricopa County's last official unsheltered homeless count in 2022 was a little more than 5,000, a consistent year-to-year increase since 2014. The 2021 count was not taken due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Currently, the majority of people experiencing homelessness in Maricopa County are in Phoenix. Nearly 3,100 people are unsheltered, a 30% jump from 2020. For more context, the number of unsheltered people on the streets of Phoenix was under 800 in 2014.
Things need to change. It's exactly why we need to make a change right now. This should not be happening in the richest country in the world. It's nice that some people are out right now doing ribbon cuttings, but this is what's important, right here. And this frustrates me. And our state elected officials need to do more to try and help, instead of giving the talk that they are just doing all this magical help that they keep saying they're doing.
From this vantage point, you can see just how big the Phoenix area is and how it spreads out from Apache Junction in the eastern side all the way over to Buckeye and the White Tank Mountains on the west side. This is a real time of change in which the supplies of water that Arizona has depended on and that the whole Southwest has depended on are in question like never before, with this shortage on the Colorado River, with the reservoirs dropping to new lows, and that's going to require changes in how Arizona has managed water as the climate grows hotter and drier. It's just the reality of less water in the Southwest.
Last 20 years, we've been in drought conditions, and so we are not able to deliver all the water to the different people as they've expected over time.
The problem has become a water crisis. Sharon Magdal, the director of the Water Resources Research Center at the University of Arizona, says the reservoirs, Lake Mead and Lake Powell, are down to about a quarter of their capacity.
The federal government is saying, in order to keep the system operational, to keep water flowing below the dams, we have to use less because nature is not providing the water supplies it did in the past.
Back in June, the Bureau of Reclamation asked the 7 states that rely on the Colorado River supply to come up with plans to cut back on the usage of 2 to 4 million acre-feet of water. That includes California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, and Arizona.
So it's not only the level of adjustment that's being asked for, it's also the speed of adjustment. So it's a tall order, but we must respond.
The federal deadline is tomorrow.
Everybody wants to help in this effort. It's just such a hard, unprecedented ask of people that coming up with a plan that all the different parties can agree to in a 60-day period is just turning out to be very, very hard.
Beginning of this year, Scottsdale turned off the spigot to anyone outside city limits. And for the Rhymes, that means showering at their grandparents' house.
How much water do you have to last you right now?
We probably have about a week to 2 weeks.
A week to 2 weeks, and you have a family of 4 little kids.
6, and I haven't been doing any laundry at the house.
The city of Scottsdale says they have been warning non-residents about the cutoff for years, citing severe drought management plans, and say that this water from here on out is only for use within the city limits.
Rhymes say their costs have more than tripled.
When you have to pay more for water than your mortgage is also crazy. And that's the situation we're in right now.
With a critical shortfall imminent, we cannot kick the can any further. It's time to ratify the drought contingency plan.